Hello everyone, it's Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be introducing to you a new product that is over at the Right at Home shop. If you are not familiar with Right at Home, the owner's name is Nicole, and she is a very sweet crafter and shop owner. She does have her own little crafty shop online that you can purchase crafty goodies, and she's got various manufacturers in her shop, so I highly recommend you checking that out. But for today, we're going to be introducing one of the products that she is wanting to introduce to you this holiday season. It's called a ebook, and it contains just some ideas of some projects that she made using her winter release. So I'll go through the ebook here just to show you what you're expecting from this ebook if you do purchase it. Now, if you do decide to purchase this ebook, what will happen is that you will purchase the item, and then she will send you a link to your email for download. It's not something that she's going to send to you physically in the mail. It's just something that you get immediately delivered to your email, and then you download it for the inspiration for the winter stamps that she created this holiday season. So I'm just going to go through this book really quickly. This is the cover of the ebook, and then it just goes into some of the stamp sets that she released just a few weeks ago in her winter release. She's got 3 different stamp sets, which I think are all adorable. She's got this poinsettia stamp set, and then she's got different various sizes and everything for you to create your own poinsettias. Then she's got a great Christmas sentiment stamp set, and you can't have too many Christmas sentiments this year, because, or any holiday season, because if you're a card maker, obviously having great sentiments for your cards is essential. So she's got a really great one that she's put together. And the other one that she's got is a really fun, whimsical stamp set that features a snowman that you can build up, and then some holiday trees, as well as a penguin, a gingerbread man, and a little bird, and various little elements to create just little fun elements on your card, as well as your snowman or whatever. So, and it's also called Christmas Critters. So on the inside, you've got a introduction into who Nicole is. She just goes on talking about who she is, and that she's a shop owner, and that she started creating her stamp sets. And then she goes into the idea of her ebook, which is a really great introduction to who she is. And then it goes on to introduce to you some projects that she has made. Now, the purpose of this ebook is not necessarily to, it's more to inspire you more than anything. So she's gone on and made these products and made a supply list, as well as instructions on how to recreate these little projects. And of course, obviously, if you don't have the exact supplies that she has, then you can just use it, obviously, as inspiration to create your own. So she's got 3 different ones here. She's got she's got great tags, of course, cards, and again, it goes into detail of all of the supplies that she used. And this is one of my favorites. This card here, and it's got the 3 little critters from her Christmas Critter stamp set. And again, goes through the supply list and the instructions on how to create this card here. And then another great tag. And then this one, I just wanted to point out too, this one shows you how you can use the poinsettia stamp set, but she's also got a thanks sentiment, so you don't necessarily have to make Christmas cards. You can use it for all year round if you wanted to. And then she's got this really great snowman card here too. And again, she's listed the supply list and the instructions. And again, another great tag that you can put with your winter gifts and things that you want to give to friends and family or co-workers. So what we're going to do today with this ebook is just going to recreate or use as inspiration to create one of these really great projects. And I encourage you to check out her shop. And again, if you are interested in this ebook, all you need to do is just go to Right at Home. I will have the link listed below in the YouTube description, and you will just go there, purchase the item, and then she will send the link for you to download, and then you are off to creating. So let's go ahead and make a project for inspiration using this ebook. Okay, to start off our project, we are going to cut down some cardstock. This is a piece of sea glass cardstock, and I just cut it down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 just to make it workable. And we're going to be doing a little bit of die cutting onto this piece, and then a little bit later I will show you the card inspiration that I am using for this card. But I used a stitched rectangle because I usually can't make a card by not using one of those frame dies. This one is by Lawn Fawn. And then I have this little circle die here. Now in the project that I am recreating or using with inspiration, she used a 1 1/4 inch circle punch, but I don't have that. So this is what I have. And again, this is intended for inspiration, so you can use the tools and products that you already have. So I've used this little circle die, and it does make things easier. So I die cut that piece into my cardstock, and you can see here the card that I am recreating or using as inspiration. I think it's one of the cutest ones that she made. So I am using this obviously as inspiration today. So I've cut down my white cardstock here, and I'm making a side fold card just like she did in the ebook here, and I've scored that at 4 1/4 or 5 1/2. I'm sorry, 5 1/2. And I am making a side fold card like I mentioned, and I'm just going to score that, making sure that it is really good and creased down, because we are going to be stamping and doing some Copic coloring onto this white piece here. So I'm taking the little gingerbread image, and this is from her Christmas Critters stamp set. And I'm taking my panel here that I die cut, and I'm just going to take my pencil here, and it's going to lightly trace around those circles just so I know where I can stamp my image down. So I'm going to ink this up with some Memento Tuxedo Black ink, because we are going to do a little bit of Copic coloring. And I'm just going to zoom you in here just so you can see the coloring just a little bit better. So I'm going to take my ink pad here and ink up this little stamp. I think it's really, really adorable. I just love hand-drawn images, and you can tell that some of these, you can tell sometimes from different stamp sets if they are created with a computer, which is nothing wrong with that, or if they're hand-drawn. So I just like the whimsy of this little image, so I decided to use it today in our card. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp down this little cute gingerbread here, and we're going to stamp him 3 times onto our card into these little circles, and then we're going to do a little bit Copic coloring. So once I have got this all stamped down, making sure that it's real good and inked here, we are going to get our colors out and add just a little bit of color to him. So I've gone ahead and sped up the video just a little bit so the coloring won't take as long, but you will see the colors that I'm using. I'm only using just a few. Now with this image, it is a small image, so you don't have to do a whole lot of blending, but and you will see as I am coloring here, I do go outside the lines just a little bit, which is totally okay. I mean, that's what it's not supposed to be perfect, but if you do wind up doing this, you can get your colorless blender and get that color back into your colored image here, because that's what that's all for. That's what it's intended for. So I've gone down and used the lightest, and now I'm going to go in with my darkest, which is the E15. I'm just going to add just a little bit of shading. And I have mentioned before in my videos just recently that I don't do a whole lot of coloring on camera. I do plan on changing this as a suggestion to you guys, my subscribers. So I am going to incorporate a little bit more coloring into my videos, because you do seem to like it whenever I do color, which I do appreciate. It does give me the confidence to go ahead and use these images to color in and do it on camera. And of course you can only do it if you can only practice and get better if you do it right. So I went ahead and colored in the little hearts, And I'm just going to go ahead and do these, the rest of these gingerbread men all the same way, using the same colors. So I'm going to go ahead and color in the second one here on camera, just to show you what I did. And of course, what I didn't show on camera or on the video is after I was done, you see that I did go outside the lines of the eyes there. And all I did was take a white gel pen and just go over those little parts where I went outside the lines and just cover that up. And you will never notice that I did that. And it just actually just makes his little eyes pop that much more with the white. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up coloring this little guy here, taking my darkest color and blending all that out with the darkest color, and then going back in with my lightest. And then going to go ahead and color in the little hearts once again using the same red Copic marker. And you see here that I went ahead and finished up all that coloring, which turned out really, really cute, I think. So now we're going to go ahead and take the, my pencil here, and I'm going to erase these pencil lines just to make sure that, because if I don't now, I will probably forget, and then there you go. So I would have to backtrack. But luckily I didn't forget. So now we're going to take the stamp set here that's got this, it's from the same Christmas Critter stamp set. And we're taking that star and the little snowflake image. And we're going to get some ink, the sea glass ink that matches the cardstock. And we're going to create our little background or just some texture onto our piece here. Because I didn't want to leave it so plain onto the cardstock, just to add a little bit of texture to it. So I'm going to ink these images up. I did mount them to my block here at the same time. It would just makes it go a little bit faster, and it is a little bit easier. And all you have to do as you're stamping down is turn your stamp in different directions as you go. And as you can, and you will see as you go that you will know where to fill in your little areas where there are blank spaces. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up inking this down with my background, and I think it really does add something to this cardstock. Like I said, it doesn't just leave it so plain. So I've gone ahead and finished that portion up, and now I'm just going to make sure that it's coming together how I like. And now we're going to work on our sentiment. I am using some of the Lawn Fawn Red Lobster ink, and I'm using the sentiment from the Christmas Sentiment stamp set. Sending you warm wishes. And I'm going to stamp that down in the middle there. And I just absolutely love this ink. It's such a great ink. It's really, really great one for beginners too. And it really does tie in with the real red hearts onto our little gingerbread men. So you can see how that turned out there. And so now I'm placing that back over just to see how it is coming together. And I decided to go ahead and pop up this portion. But before I do that, I noticed that she had added some like a glitter cardstock piece. So I really didn't have any glitter cardstock that I knew of. I probably do, but I just didn't know where it was at the moment. But I did remember that I did have this glitter tape. And then this just makes it so much easier because this tape does have adhesive on the back. So I just went ahead and cut a piece just to go across my cardstock here. And it just adds just a little bit of extra something to the card, and it pulls everything together. So you can see I just folded the ends down, so on the back side of that panel there. And now I'm going to go ahead and add my foam adhesive to this piece here. So I'm just making sure everything lines up the way I need it to. And we're going to go ahead and add our foam adhesive. And I just made sure that I did place foam adhesive all over the back in between the circles and everything, because you don't want especially if you're going to be mailing this, you don't want it to drag or sag around the circles there. So before I placed my main panel on top, I did add just a little bit of Wink of Stella to the hearts of our gingerbread men. So I went ahead and did that. And then I'm going to take my little fine tipped black pen here, and just accentuate the little black of his eyes, and it just really helps make them pop. And, you know, just add something to his little eyes there. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere our piece onto our card, and that completes our card for today. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please visit Write at Home. I will have the link listed below. And like I said in the beginning of the video, if you are interested, just go and you will be able to click on the link. And thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see y'all on my next video. Bye-bye.